Hey, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another review on Wags. I do believe that we are on episode 6, so let us talk about it, okay? Ashley is at the house with her men and her kids. They're in the backyard. They're playing football or whatever the case is. And she lets him know, like, listen, I'm having a fundraising event. Okay. I'm having a charity event and it's going to be for homeless veterans and it's going to be at Alexander Wayne. And the goal is for me to try and make some money so that it can go over to the organizations that support homeless veterans. Now, can I just say that I do think that is completely jacked up, that a lot of these people risk their lives literally by going overseas. Some people just joining the military is a risk because you don't know when your services are going to be needed to fight a war or any natural disaster or whatever the case is, right? And for these people to not be taken care of at a later time, I do feel like that's messed up. Y'all like to use their bodies up when they're young, and then when they get older and after they've paid all of their debts to society, you guys like to just throw them the hell away. And I'm not in full support of that. Now, it would be nice if Ashley created her own charity, in my personal, and being that she works with real estate, if she was able to receive some type of funding with all of her rich friends and connections that she may have, they could develop something where they go off and build some type of headquarters or something for homeless veterans potentially. Now, when I think about the homeless veterans and stuff, and not even just homeless, but I'm thinking about military individuals. You know how they have, like, on the base where there may be housing quarters or whatever for some of the families? Like, I don't think it will hurt for them to go and create a community solely and only for homeless veterans, right? Like, I also think about the properties I know out here in Georgia where you'll see a apartment complex or something, and it's only for, like, people that are ages 55 and up or 65 and up, or they may have a brand new housing neighborhood that they're building, like a single family household, whatever it is, they're building it, and it's only for people of a certain age. And I feel like you should be able to create homes and spaces for those individuals that are, veterans. I mean, hell, look, they already got the what is that? I don't want to say a stipend, but it's where you can go and you can purchase a home and you can get, like, the discount, whatever it is. I don't think you really get a discount, but I think that the military helps you lock in a home. I forgot what it's called. But I think it's like a VA loan. That's what it is. Excuse me. I think it's called a VA loan, but it's only for military individuals only, solely, right? Or their spouses, from my understanding. So I just feel like they have certain things available to them and them only. So if that's the case, then why can't y'all create, like, houses and stuff like that? Maybe housing vouchers for veterans only. You know how they have Section 8 vouchers for some individuals? Maybe you guys could create some type of housing vouchers. Like, I don't know. It sounds too much like, right? But I'm not going to put too much on Ashley's plate because she is doing the best that she can by even having this event for the homeless veterans. But it's just, it sucks. I feel like with the amount of money that America generates and throws the hell away, I feel like they could definitely do a better job of taking care of the homeless individuals, okay? But, they are going to want something in return. So you can't just be out here being homeless and not trying to, get your life together to get back into society. They're going to want you to be getting something together. You can't just live off of. But I also feel like, hell, some people that's on, not all people, now don't come down my throat, but some people that are on, government assistance, some of them don't do anything, okay? And they continue to benefit. So at least these people did something by serving, the country in some capacity. And there's that. Leave your thoughts down below, all right? Let us go ahead and let us move on to the next thing. The next thing would be Sharelle. Sharelle is headed back to Allure Realty because she needs to meet with her investor that morning. She meets with the investor and she's like, listen, I'm trying to work on this project. And this project that I'm trying to do is super major and it's going to be worth about $20 million. And I need to see what the money's looking like, where the numbers are at, what's up, let a girl know something. And so she lets her know, I looked at all of the numbers. Your numbers look great. Okay. And it looks like all you have to do is put down a small percentage, which is about $4 million. Okay. And once you take care of that, we could go ahead and get this project started. And Sharelle's like, you sure? She's like, yeah, I already checked the numbers out. She said, it's not going to mess with any other projects I got going on, right? She says, it absolutely will not. And if you're concerned about the money, girl, we go up as high as $650 million. So $20 million is really nothing to us. That's what you're trying to do. So we can work with that. So once she received the go ahead that she could progress forward, it's not going to affect any other opportunities that she has underway. She's going to to be able to move forward, and she's going to be able to get started within 30 days. Okay. This is why, for me, y'all need another season. I don't care. I need to know what is going to happen in Alexis's love life. I need to know what has MJ learned after all of this mess with Kodak. I need to see what is up with Sharelle and Chad. Hello. I need to know what's going on. And I also need to know how is the partnership working with LPT Realty, and what is up with this affordable townhome development that Sharelle is working on. Okay. I need to know. I need to see what Ashley is doing in real estate, how that's helping her. I need to know what Stoney done figured out with this boutique and stuff. It's so much that I need to get updated on. I need to know how Keita is balancing being a mama and having to deal with, the other baby mamas. Like, girl, I need y'all to return for at least another season so I can get the details. And I please better produce the next season. Please better produce. I don't know what y'all need to do to get in order, but get the right people, get continuity in order, and bring the ladies back to us with a better season, and then add 2 more episodes, rounding it out at 10. Okay, and some episodes were short. Some episodes were about 22 minutes long or 30 minutes long. We need you to give us a consistent 45 minutes. Okay, don't rush the filming on this, and don't rush the storylines. When it flows, let it make sense, because there were some things that was not adding up, and I don't know if we're going to tap into it on this review, but I believe by episode 7 we're surely going to get into it, and I believe I tapped into a little piece of it in episode 5. Okay, but let us go ahead and keep going. So shout out to Sharelle. First of all, I know she may be giving mean girl at times, but she definitely making mean moves, period. She is definitely making mean moves. It is a bit inspiring. It makes the women that have never considered real estate want to consider real estate. It's like you see this woman doing it, and you know that you can do it too. Okay. Now, granted, a lot of people, including the woman she had on her IG live, she was like, Sharelle, you made it look so easy. A lot of people say that. Sharelle does not mind getting her hands dirty and just getting herself out there. And I think, for me, Sharelle knows how beautiful of a woman she is, and she completely uses that to her advantage to ease her way into the doors. And not only does she showcase that I'm beautiful, I'm smart as fuck, and I know what the hell I'm doing, right? And then, of course, having Chad as an added bonus with that, it definitely helps. I mean, honestly, if he was famous, I would use his ass like that too. I would use him as leverage too if it's going to lock me in with $1 billion company like LPT Realty. Absolutely. Okay. I would too. Now, I don't know if that's the reason why Stoney would say that they have a PR relationship, because I feel like Sharelle knows how to leverage that relationship with Ocho Cinco. And some part of me is feeling like, Stoney, girl, don't be mad because you didn't know how to properly leverage the money that you made from 50 Cent. And that's probably why Sharelle wasn't rocking with you, because you ain't had no, you know what I'm saying? You didn't know what you was doing. Even though I don't think she should be fought for that. All right. Everybody grew up differently. How people view money and handle money is completely different. So I don't think she should fully fault her for that. But girl, it's giving to me a little bit, y'all, and y'all let me know. It's giving Stoney, you need to get with the winning team. Okay. Just a little piece. All right. Just a little piece. Get with the winning team. You might need to shift it into real estate or shift it into tech. Figure it out. But anywho, we'll get into that at a later time. But shout out to Sharelle. Congratulations to Sharelle. I need to know, in the next season, has she broke ground on the property? She said that she was awarded a lot, and I need to know, has she broke ground on that lot, and when are the townhomes expected to be completed, and how many units is she planning on having on that property? Okay. And I also need to know, is this a 3-bedroom home? Is this are these 4-bedroom townhomes? Okay. What is it going to look like? What side of town is it on? And is this just going to be one development, and once you max on this one, in a few years you're going to be building another one? I fucking love to see it. I feel like our people need to see more of this from Black women, Black people on TV. Okay. I'm tired of us having real estate shows that's showing Black people getting to the money, and then it like goes away. Okay. They did this with Selling Tampa, the OWN show. Now we got Sharelle over here introducing us to something different. I'm praying to God the views are good enough for them to want to bring it back, and we get equal. We get equal the drama, because you know they got to have something to draw the people in. We get equal drama with equal being able to see what's really happening in these ladies' real lives. And if it means y'all got to give us an extra 2 episodes and a few more minutes in the episode, do what you got to do. Okay, do what you got to do, because how is it we got Selling Sunset? What else is it? Selling OC? Not sure, but it's a few. It's like three different all white selling something shows, and they not the only motherfuckers out here selling stuff. Okay, they're not. Clearly, all right. There's room for everybody, and I would like to see everybody in a large capacity. Okay, not just these people. You know, if you had your Asian show, that's fine. Your African, whatever it is, I want to see everybody and how they. Matter of fact, y'all need to bring us, in my opinion, an African show that shows, and y'all let me know if y'all seen it and drop it in the comments, and I'll probably check it out. But I would like to see a African show of people doing real estate over in Africa. Okay, I don't know what country over there, but y'all figure out the country. Okay, and I kind of would want it to be a different country. I don't know which one. You know, we hear a lot about certain ones, but show me something else. Okay, where they're bringing luxury. I want to see them in real estate and how they handle real estate over there. Over there, take me a little outside of the U.S., just a little piece. Okay, so let's figure this out. Okay, get that together. But again, I have to say congratulations to Sharelle on securing this lot to do some big things and securing this deal with LPT Realty. Sharelle, I know that you're pretty thin on being stretched, but girl, you might have to tap into another market, which is probably Georgia, and come and teach the girls a little piece of something. Okay, I don't know if you need to get with another popular firm out here in Georgia, and it's no slight to the ladies out here in Georgia, because in Atlanta, because they've been doing their thing too. Okay, Kiana Watson, that sat up there and blocked me on Instagram, girl, because you didn't like what I had to say about you on the television show. So you better get over there and unblock me. Okay, I'm gonna have to hit my homegirl Jatana up and tell her, bitch, you better get this. Jantana, tell Kiana to unblock me, period. Okay? Period. Okay? Cause I don't like that. Cause you can't get mad that you was on the show and I wasn't agreeing with you. I ain't doing that to you, and I damn sure ain't hop over there on your page and say it had nothing about you, girl. Now unblock me so I can see you close these deals, Bookie Butt. We cool. We see each other. Okay? You better get it together. Period. You're gonna make me hit either John Tanner or Kia up, but you better unblock me, girl. But anyway, that's just what I'm saying. You okay? You probably could connect with her, Watson Realty Co. Get with them. But I love it. I love it, and I wish that we weren't robbed with the opportunity of seeing these ladies on the show. Like, you know, the one that they had on the OWN network, especially out here in Atlanta. But of course, the ladies felt the way because it was more so about the drama than it was about the work that they were doing. And I feel away. So we got to get this together, ladies. Okay, we have to get this together. And what I love about real estate, and I've worked in commercial real estate primarily. I was like the only black person on my team, which is also slightly intimidating at times. But commercial real estate brings in way more money. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it was very interesting, and it was pretty cool. Not gonna hold you, not gonna lie, because they could really get to the money. Okay. And I love that, because what I love about real estate, commercial real estate, either or, is that you can hop in it at any moment of your life. Okay. You know how there are a lot of things that may have age sensitivity connected to it, but you can get in on it at any moment in your life, and you could change your life, right? Shout out to Niecy Dixon, okay? My girl OLFP, she also has her own YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. But she also is a realtor out there in Dallas, Texas. She's a real estate agent. Like, get into, I love that, okay? You could do it at any moment. And then if you're working another job, you can take your time with it. And like, it's so much hope in that, in my personal, okay? It's all about how you view it. It's all about, I feel like, in my opinion, consistency brings about results. They're not going to bring them about as fast as you may want them, but you have to stay focused. You have to remain consistent. And at some point, you're going to hit. You're going to hit. I just feel like it's bound to happen for one to hit, as long as you're staying on the path. But girl, that's enough of motivational speaking in a little piece. Let's get to, my girl Alexis, because Alexis meets up with Jonathan, and y'all, I like Jonathan. I like Jonathan just as much as Alexis does. Okay, very cool, calm, collected. You know, they go on the beach. He does this little nice beach date for her. It was super cute. I like the fact that this beach wasn't as windy as the beaches we see over on Beverly Hills, because I'm like, girl, this is the. the latest episode of Beverly Hills, I was watching and I felt how they felt, covered up with the cover all over their head. Like, that's me. Okay. I would have, first of all, wore a sweatshirt out there, period. Okay. Because it's going to be too windy. I can't take the wind. I feel like my allergies and stuff would start acting up, sinuses. I couldn't take it. But anywho, I like the vibe. It was very nice out there. They do some chatting about her thoughts on dating athletes and stuff. And, she doesn't mind dating athletes, former athletes, or anything like that. But he also talks about dating and how he hasn't dated anyone in the past 3 years. I love that for him, because I feel like a lot of times people have to be in a relationship. It's okay to be single. And I don't know. I just think people should spend more time being single and really enjoy themselves. If you are single right now, and I know you're yearning to have your partner and your mate, and I want to be married, and I know that's not everybody, but that is some people. Listen, I would say date around and don't just date your race. Okay, you might find that you have something more in common with somebody that may be Indian, somebody that may be Asian. Like, just date around. Really, really take your time and date around. Don't be trying to see somebody and hurry up and attach yourself to them and lock them down. Okay, this is one thing that I hate that some of us do, and I used to do this years ago. But I hate that when we meet somebody and within the first week, 2 weeks, first month, you're already imagining what life will be like with them, and you're already placing them in a certain position, like, oh, my boyfriend, husband, fiance, whatever it is. It's like, girl, just date. Just calm down. Calm down, honey, and just date. Just have a good time, okay? Book you a few dates that weekend and make them fight. Make them fight for your love, okay? Fight for your love, meaning, hey, you free? No, I'm not free. I got this going on. Okay, well then what you doing right afterwards? Try to make them fight for your time. Prove something. Okay? And also, when you have your standards up and you set boundaries and stuff, that's really going to expose a person. Because if they can't deal with what you put down, they're going to show who they are, and you're going to be able to get them to quickly up out your damn circle, okay? So, anywho, that's that. I'm loving the vibe between Alexis and Jonathan a lot. I love how calm she is. I love how she's taking her time with all of this. I just love it so damn much, okay? We're gonna see how this plays out. I did check out the Humble Baddies podcast when they talked about the season, and she did let the people know that they are still in contact, but she also said that she's continuing to date, and I love that for her. Okay, now he might be the main one that she's dating, but that's not stopping her from getting to know everybody else, okay? Because at any moment he could switch up or something. I love it, but let me tell you this. I hope that he does not have any other lingering relationships himself. Like, it's okay to be dating, but if he hasn't been with anybody in 3 years, I hope that he's not dating anyone else that is expecting to be his girlfriend anytime soon, right? I think those are also important questions to ask. Like, are you seeing anybody? Like, let me be very clear. Are you messing with anyone, okay, that would believe that she's going to be in a relationship with you anytime soon, or whatever the case is, okay? And I feel like they could finesse that question too, because in his head, she may be thinking that she going to be in a relationship with me, but I don't see her like that. So I ain't got nobody out here that's thinking that, because I ain't been given that type of energy, knowing the whole time they probably been given that type of energy. So you just gotta, gotta be careful with how you answer the questions to get the right answer that you seeking, okay? To see what's going on. When's the last time you was really messing with somebody? Is there somebody around to do you have any situationships going on? Is there a particular person that you're interested in only for sex and not an actual relationship? But honestly, when I think about it, as I'm talking about it with you guys, you can ask so many questions and they'll still lie to your face. So I don't know, girl, but you guys will figure it out when you're dating, okay? So good luck to you people. Now, let's get to this Alexander Wang event, because this is the event where Ashley is throwing for the homeless veterans, where she has all of her good girlfriends coming in, checking out the clothes at Alexander Wang, and they are buying things up. Now, I really like those pants that Sharelle put on that had Alexander on one leg and Wang on the other. Sharelle, girl, I know you see this video, honey. I know why you diddy bopping all over YouTube doing interviews. I know you see this video, girl. Give me them pants. Give me them pants, because you're not finna be wearing them like that anyway, okay? You seem like the type that don't really wear stuff more than 2 times, okay? And I feel like you've worn them enough, so you could go ahead and send those to me, and I'll squeeze my tiny ass up in this, okay? I ain't tiny, but bitch, I'll figure out a way. So send those to me, okay? DM me, and I will give you the P.O. box or whatever the case is, okay? So somebody clip that and send that to Sharelle, tell her I want the motherfucking pants up out of her. Thank you so kindly. Let's keep going, okay? So the ladies are enjoying themselves and they're shopping around, having a good time. And Miss Jules decides to walk up in the building, honey. Jules pops up in the building. Now, before we get into Jules, can I say something real quick? I would have loved to have known exactly how much money Ashley raised for her homeless veterans event. I hate that we went through all of this. It was such a nice event. We got to the drama of it all, and we still don't know what she actually made from this event. I would have loved to have known, okay? And I also would have loved to have seen her make Jules send a check, bitch. Okay, you don't come in and shake SHI up and then think that you're not finna send a check to us. Okay, so if y'all have a reunion or had or whatever, y'all need to be having y'all hand out and say, Jules, we gonna pay me for my pain, pay me for my time, and you can say the bullshit because everything is mine. Okay, for coming in there starting a ruckus, girl, you can at least donate $200 to $1,000. Okay. Heavy on 1,000 because I don't think that you'll miss it too much. All right. So there's that. Now let's get into some things. Okay. A lot of people could not wait until I saw this Alexander Wayne event. And I can't say that what I'm going to say is going to be in favor of you guys, okay? In favor of how you guys view things, but we'll see, okay? So Sharelle, she decides to pull Jules to the side to have a conversation about the things that she's been saying about her out amongst everybody. And my thing is this, Sharelle, you had plenty of time to pull this woman to the side to have a lunch, brunch, or a dinner with her to talk about whatever it was that she was saying about you. Why would you then use Ashley's event to have this conversation knowing that it possibly could go left? And when I tell you, I kind of was like, oh my God, Ashley was like on pins and needles, like, what they doing? Like, what's going on? Girl, Ashley walked over there like, what's up? What's happening? Okay. She's like, please don't ruin. You could just inside, you could feel it. She's like, please don't ruin my event. But then at some point, Ashley had to get with the shits. Okay. She had to get with it. So Sharelle tells Jules, that, listen, I feel like it's a lot of fake energy going on. And Jules says, well, girl, I feel the same way. And Sharelle says, listen, honey, I did not like the fact that, I was getting calls that you were calling around telling people that, I was being fake and all this and that or whatever the case was. Like, I made you feel so bad. And Jules said, well, girl, I feel like you were setting me up. Now, when it comes to setup, I was thinking it was setting you up. How would she be setting you up? And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I could see Sharelle producing that scene because when she is aware of the woman having a quote unquote abortion, okay? Whether it was that day prior, whatever, Miss Jules is standing firm on having it that day. I don't know how that works, so forgive me. So I don't know. I believe that she said that she took a pill or something. So I don't know if you got to take 1 pill, 2 pill, 3 pill, 4. I'm not sure. However, the attire wasn't fully lining up to me if you're supposed to be heavily bleeding, but I don't know. I would think tampon, but I don't know if you could even have that after. I don't know, because if you're trying to get something out of you, why would you wear a tampon to keep it in you? I don't know. Okay, so you guys help me out in the comments about that. But I do feel like Sharelle could have potentially been trying to produce that, understanding what just happened earlier that day, and then you're asking people about whether they want to have more kids, and you get to Jules, and Jules is sitting there like, yeah, sure, if that's what God wants. And Sharelle kind of took a beat. And then she said her daughter's so cute. So it seems like she wanted her to elaborate and she realized she wasn't going to elaborate. So I do feel like Sharelle was going to try to make that a moment for Jules to open up and speak more about the abortion and things that, that happened that day or whatever. And that just wasn't the place. On top of that, y'all guys were at the table. So I don't think she wanted to open up with the guys being at the table anyway. So Jules says, first of all, okay, she says, Ashley, you walked me to the car. I appreciated that. Also, Alexis gave me a call to check on me. I thought that was cool. Until I found out that she was over there yapping about the fact that I got into a fight as though this is high school or something like that. So I wasn't really feeling that. So she tells Sharelle that she didn't like that she asked her the question about her kid. I didn't like that you asked me about kids. Okay. I didn't like that, knowing that I had an abortion the same day. I feel like that was messed up. Like, why would you ask me that? Like, that was real weird, real awkward. So Ashley says, wait, so you had an abortion on the day of the event? Like, that doesn't sound right, because I guess with Ashley thinking typical women are going to just, you're going to be so probably stressed out, likely low on energy, not really trying to, be around people, especially if this is a child that Jules wanted to keep, the way that she was crying in the confessionals about it. Now, I don't want to say that she didn't have an abortion. I don't know. I wasn't with her. All I know is the attire did not fully line up with what she was saying. And it does make me kind of lean more towards the Sharelle side. And I hate to be that person to say a woman didn't have something that she may have had. I feel like that could be a bit insensitive, just a little bit, when it comes to abortion and stuff, right? So Ashley says, so wait, you had an abortion on the day that you showed up to the event? And Sharelle says, listen, I don't even remember what I said. Okay. She's like, I don't even remember what I said or how she said it to Jules or whatever. Like she wasn't really sure. So I feel like this situation is making me think if she does not recall what she said, then Sharelle, baby, I think that you were so self-centered. It's either you're so self-centered, you're extremely forgetful. And keep in mind, Ocho has also called her out for being inconsiderate when it comes to, things that he may want or whatever the case. Meanwhile, he's constantly showing support to her. I do feel like this is a character flaw of Sharelle's. And I think that she could be more self-centered or more concerned about herself until she's trying to elevate some women, even though she's still going to get the glory at the end of the day because she helped elevate you from where you were to where you're going, right? So it is giving a bit of self-centeredness a little bit. Either that self-centeredness, she's extremely forgetful, or Jules, baby, you just don't matter that much to her like you think that you do. I'm willing to believe the latter, okay? I'm willing to believe the latter. Now, Ashley says, so you were triggered that she asked you a question about having kids, okay? So Ashley just standing over there asking questions, and Jules says, because she knew. I told her that day. She was fully aware of it, so for her to get there that night and to ask me that, like, was out of line. Like, why would she do that? Because I wouldn't do that to her, okay? So Ashley is not featuring Jules, period, and Ashley is at a place where she is going to have Sharelle's back no matter what. Now, I cannot say that Ashley is wrong. Two reasons. One, Ashley knows, in her opinion, she knows Sharelle, right? And she knows the character of Sharelle. Whereas with Jules does have a reputation that precedes her in not a good way. So she may see her as a liar, okay? As a person that likes to make excuses. So that is why Ashley is standing over there just asking her questions like, yeah, you're not making sense, okay? Now, Sharelle thinks she is using that abortion to justify why she fought that girl. And I said, not really. Okay. And this is where y'all probably wanted me to agree. I said, not really. Okay. What she's doing is she's using it as the reason for why she's pissed with you. That's why she's bringing up the abortion. The abortion has nothing to do with the fight. She's bringing it up because of you and what you did and what she did not like that you did. She's really speaking on two different events. I don't like how Sharelle showed up with me, and I also don't like that I got into a fight and you bitches wouldn't really checking for me and seeing if I was okay, but I'm the one a part of y'all circle, not this girl. She's not even a cast member. I am. So I would have expected you guys, knowing we're making a show together, to check on me. And you did it, which is not true, Jules, and you know that, and you said that out your mouth. So I don't think that that's fair for you to sit up there and say nobody checked on you. And you have an issue, okay? You have an issue, and I feel like I put it somewhere in my notes, and I'm probably gonna repeat myself. But you have an issue with wanting people to show up for your ass, and I need you to let that go, because some part of me feels like, girl, nobody owe you that shit. Don't nobody owe you nothing to constantly show up for your ass, okay? Your bestest friend on this show will be Sadé, so let Sadé do it, okay? Now, let's get back, okay? So Ashley asked, but what does that have to do with anything? Like, what that got to do with you getting in the fight? Ashley, baby, you're not listening. You're so focused on the fight, you're not understanding that she's addressing two different things. Yes, she brought up the fight, and here's another thing, Jules. For you to be in marketing, you do not know how to properly communicate. You in that moment you don't, and maybe because you were feeling attacked just like you did at the restaurant, so maybe sometimes when people are getting attacked they can't fully get their words out, and I understand that, right? But I wish she would have said, I'm addressing two different things. Hello, okay? I'm addressing the fight because I felt like y'all didn't show up for me enough. And then I'm also addressing Sharelle because I don't like how she handled that moment. And the biggest issue for me ain't even a fight. The biggest issue is that I just had something happen to me in my body. I had to let go of a life growing inside of me for this nigga that didn't want it. I confided in you, didn't even want to come to the event. And then you're going to ask me that question in my face, trying to put me on the spot to where I got to talk about that with everybody when that's not where I'm at, to where I want to talk about it with everybody. Like, I see what you were doing and I don't like that shit. Okay, so that's what it was given for me. Okay, so Joel asked, what does that have to do with anything? Okay, when Ashley says, so you're saying all of this, what does that have to do with you getting in the fight? And Jules is like, what does that have to do with anything? Jules says, why are y'all upset? Y'all didn't get into a fight. Like, why are y'all worried about it? And that's where the things are like mixing up. Okay, things are getting mixed up because Ashley is more so focused on the fight and not really hearing the fact that she's upset with Sharelle for something separately. She's not using it as an excuse as to why she fought in that that moment, okay? And because she doesn't know how to properly communicate herself in this moment, and everybody's so focused on what they heard about the fight and not truly being there to witness the fight, it may be coming off as excuses. Although I do feel like accountability could have been taken on her part, okay? Now, she says, listen, you guys didn't call security. You didn't check on me. Make sure I'm okay. Nothing. Ashley said, wait a minute, baby. I walked you to your car. You just said that. Alexis said, I checked on you. Okay. And I feel, listen, I have to say, and let me know. Okay. I feel like although Alexis checked on you and she may have chuckled about it or talked about it with somebody else, I do kind of feel like it don't really take away from the fact that she still checked on you to see how you were doing. Okay. Now, granted, what you heard that she said about yapping about the fight, that could have happened before she called to check on you. And I feel like that's a normal thing. Sometimes people may laugh at a matter and feel like, oh, that's funny, whatever the case. Like, girl, they was over there thumping. Like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it was happening. Ha, ha, ha. And then she could have sat down and said, you know what? Let me just check on her, because I know everybody else ain't really fucking with her like that, but let me just reach out to her, because I know if that was me, let me just see how she doing. So it could have went like that, Jules. And I mean, I just feel like you should be glad she checked on you. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking, okay? So Jules says that she has an issue with Sharelle, and that's it, okay? Jules doesn't speak on the fight, but she does tell Sharelle that she acted fake for the sake of clout. Am I the only one? Am I the only one? Ma'am, I don't think, first of all, in my personal, Sharelle is the clout. Y'all feel how y'all want to feel about that. You don't have to like this woman. You could call her mean girl this, mean girl that, mean girl everything, mean girl everything, mean girl killing this, killing that. You could say whatever you want, but she is the clout. Ashley is the clout. Keita is the clout. In my personal, Keita is married to one of the richest people. Well, I ain't gonna say one of the richest people, but he's a very rich person and one of the best players in the NFL right now. Tyreek, okay? They got good money. I don't think they got enough money to sit up there and buy no $49 million house. Okay? Not with 10 kids or whatever the case is, but I do believe that they're loaded, all right? In addition, Ashley was wags before y'all were wags. Understand that, okay? Going up for Ashley every time. Love me some Ashley, okay? I've been following her since wags. Been keeping up with her journey. That's my girl, okay? Ashley was clout before any of y'all. In my personal, Sharelle was clout before you and some of y'all, because she put Allure Realty on the map in my personal and then came and brought the stuff to Selling Tampa. She also mentioned on Funky Dineva's interview that she already had a deal with Netflix to come forward, but she had to get another production company. And that production company, and I hate that she had to get another production company. I don't know why she had to seek out a new one, because the first one did a great job with that, right? But anywho, they wanted to bring in Jules. And I understand why they did it, because she's been problematic. She's in Miami. It's messy. She deals with entertainers and athletes. It's very messy, right? I get it. But we could have did without it. Y'all could have found another person, a Puerto Rican Italian. Y'all could have found, but anywho, girl. So I don't think they need the clout off of you. I mean, and then producing a scene to me is not necessarily clout. I just have to disagree with her on that, y'all. Jules, I'm with you a little, because I understand, and I'm not fully going in your shit because of what you posted. I've already gone into your shit about that, okay? You're going to have to learn that on your own, but if you're not fully wrong, I'm not going to say that you're wrong all because I don't like some shit that you said, okay? But in this moment, I'm with you, but I'm not with you, girl, okay? So Sharelle and Ashley have been on, we got into that. So Jules brings up Sharelle commenting on Kenia's picture after the fight and says she would never do that. See, this is the thing though, people. You cannot control what another person does. Maybe if you would have posted a picture, she would have liked your photo too, potentially. I understand if you felt like she condoned Kenia's actions for fighting you, but sometimes just reach out and get the understanding. But Sharelle, I do feel like you liking her photo it's a tad bit, I'm not going to say whack, but it's just kind of like, why? Because you give so much flack to Stoney and how she shows up, yet you're very graceful with the MJ who has mugshots, been fighting, busting out windows. That's character that should make you want to feel away and disassociate yourself. But because she's young and need guidance, you're going to continue to stick by her and support her. So I kind of understand. I get that, right? Even though she's attached to your real realty company. You reward her by taking her to a sit down amongst billionaires. And that is like, girl, what? Okay. When it comes to Kania, you liked her post, and this was a person at the time that worked for your realty company. After the fact, that is giving a bit of condoning a little bit of her actions. Now, granted, you could have checked her behind the scenes. I don't know. But on the outside looking in, for people that's not privy, they looking like, dang, okay, but you liking her photos, so you okay with her fighting? Because it seems like everybody's acting like Jules was the only person fighting. Whatever Jules did, in my opinion, is a representation of Jules. Okay? Whatever Kania did is a representation of Kania. However, Kania also works for Sharelle. So they're going to probably look at Sharelle like, girl, what you got with your clients over here? You got somebody getting in a fight, somebody getting arrested. Like, what's going on with your realty company, right? Whereas if Jules was getting in a fight, maybe that would have been a reflection on her and Kanye, considering the fact that she was working for him. However, she's not tied to him at that time. So that's going to fall on her and her business. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. So it does make me give a piece of a side eye to Sharelle for that, but not for the reasons that Jules is making. Jules is making it seem as though, I guess she cared more for Kania than she cared for her. But in all honesty, she knows Kania more than she knows you, Jules, is from what it seems to me. You're just on the show, whereas Kania is not. Right? But I don't think that you should be policing her Instagram. And why the hell are you over there on Kania's page anyway? Let's get into that. I understand that you guys may have fought, but when Ashley says that you were over there trying to see where the girl was at so that you could fight her again, it's given that you were, because why are you on her page to even know what the hell is happening on her page? I probably would have never let that slide out my damn mouth to let somebody know that I'm still pressed about you after the fact that I'm on your page seeing what you're doing. Are you okay? Get it together. Now, anywho, I do feel like this as well, Jules. I feel like your problem is you like to overestimate your position in people's lives just a bit. Okay? I don't know what it is, but I think she was adopted. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. You needing support, you needing people to have your back. I don't know what it is that you're missing. And I'm not trying to insult her when I say this, but I don't know if it's neglect. I don't know what it is, but it's reminding me of when the Yeezy situation happened and you got fired publicly and you felt the way that he would not come to the front and publicly address you. Now, granted, I understand you being upset. Knowing that he put a statement out to you guys and saying, oh, well, it's somebody else that's, taking on orders without me. But you talk as though you're the only person he should have came out to defend because you lost money. You don't think he lost money as well if the man is making decisions without his approval? In addition to that, you're not the only person, from my understanding, that got let go. He sent an email to a lot of people. So your desire to mean more to people in their life than what you really are, I don't know. And I feel like if you were indeed adopted, maybe that is connected to that. I'm not sure. Okay. But you have to stop doing that. You have to stop overestimating your position. You have to stop thinking that you're so important in other people's lives when you're not that important. Okay. It's no disrespect, but that's what it's given. Okay. And y'all correct me in the comments about the adoption thing. Okay. Not really sure. Maybe she wasn't. And if she wasn't adopted or anything like that, then girl, you still overestimate. I don't know what you're lacking, but work on that. So Porsha says in the confessional that she doesn't like how Jules moves. And she says she has a privilege of being as loud as she wants to be and as aggressive as she wants to be. And nobody's going to kick her out and tell her that she's hood. I disagree. And you guys can ride on that train as long as you want. Okay. I disagree that, I'll say this, in some spaces that may be true, but I do feel like if you're fighting in anybody's establishment, white, black, what, you getting your ass out, period. Okay. You're going to be getting out. Now, whether they call you hood or just say the ghetto, like, girl, they're going to say something. Okay. That's 2. Number 3, plenty of you ladies. Okay. Don't sit can be aggressive, yell, and show your ass, okay? As we've been seeing, the hell, Miss MJ been over here smashing and breaking shit. All right, so I disagree, and I feel like if we got more episodes, we're gonna see you guys go at it, okay? Y'all was just going at it at the table when Sharelle called Sadé a bitch, and Sadé was giving that work right back, and they was going back and forth and hooping and hollering or whatever. But I feel like if that was Jules at the table hooping and hollering and yelling, ready to fight somebody, then y'all would sit up there and say, "Oh, she's a white girl and she's acting like that around a bunch of black girls." Well, one, y'all keep allowing her in your spaces. Okay. And it's one of those things that my opinion where it's like, you know how you're around a person long enough, you start talking like them, or you may pick up mannerisms, or you may say some of the words that they say. That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault. Okay. It's just like Fat Joe that's been around the industry, him Big Pun, for a very long periodical time. Okay, it's just like them, and they start going on to say certain words and IGGAs and this and that because y'all were so accepting of it, and then it just, you just continue to be accepting of it and moving on. Okay, so part of that is y'all needing to take accountability for that, just a piece. Okay, blame production if you need to, break the wall, but that's that. All right. Jules, she's trying to explain the situation to women who clearly were not at the table. Okay, because all they're seeing is that you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You hit her first, you started this, but they don't know the build up. They don't know the build up. They don't have all the details. All they see is that she was 100% wrong in everything. Okay, and they feel like she's not taking accountability. All right, now I do agree that when the girl put her hands in her face, I do feel like she should have had more control to say, "I'm good. I'm good." Like, I didn't even come here for that. If that's what we're doing, I'm gonna go ahead and head out, okay? Because you're a woman that have things to lose. I mean, you just lost your job with Kanye, okay? And for you to be up here complaining, talking about, "Oh, Kanye did not come to the front and he didn't defend me, this, that, and the other," I would think that you would be more mindful in that moment to be able to get up and leave. I understand things may have happened very quickly, so for you, you probably weren't thinking. I mean, a lot that happens a lot of times, but also for you to just be complaining about your reputation or whatever the case is, and him firing you and him not coming out to defend you, you should have known to, at least when she started putting her hands in your, "I'm not going to let me go, because I didn't even come here for that, because I really can wear you out, but I didn't come here for that, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna leave. I'm good." Okay, that's all. That it could have been like that, period. So Alexis tells her, "Listen, that they all have a very popular, or they're all very popular, and their reputation is pretty much very important to them. It precedes them. And if it was her, she wouldn't have gotten into a fight." She said, "I would have just had her removed, called security. I would have did something to get myself out that situation so that I can move on, about my business." And I feel like, I agree. Okay. I definitely agree with Alexis. And that's where I feel like Jules could have handled it a bit better. Okay. In that particular moment, because obviously you came to the table with somebody that was looking for an issue with you. And for her to be such an extra and not really a part of this show, I just feel like you gave her a moment that she didn't need, because you're not even a main cast member asking me this question, girl. Like, I'm not even finna talk to you. Like, we're good. Let me go. Okay, I just think she should have had more self-control, and this should teach you that. But it doesn't mean that you were fully wrong, because you did sit there, you continue to engage, and that girl should have never put her hand in your face. And then she should have never had someone call you over to address the issue with her that she has with you, and let somebody else lead the conversation, setting the tone for the conversation right out the gate. That's where Kania was wrong. Kania ate you up, though. She tore her head up, though. She did. She did tear her head up, and I'm glad you confirmed that you couldn't put your hands on her. You couldn't get to her like you wanted to. But she ate you up, though. Okay. But it just was not really warranted. Like, it just didn't make sense. Okay. But anywho, Ashley tells her they are raising money for a charity, and Jules gets upset and says, "I do too. I raise money for charities too." Okay. Okay. That's we I don't care what you do. I'm telling you what we're here for today. So either you're gonna spend money or you're gonna spin up out of the building. Which one would you like to do? Like, that's just no. That's all that I'm telling you in this moment. Okay. So it was real weird. Okay. It was real weird. And I made a note that Jules operates like a person who always has to prove themselves. Okay, who always has to prove themselves, who seeks some type of validation, which many people do, I guess, seek validation or whatever. But maybe that's why she felt important years ago when she mentioned black women being jealous of her when the black men are interested. It just makes me think that you have a deep-rooted issue that you have to fix, that you have yet to fix, because you always want to seem important. And because you're not often seen important, let me go back to that particular situation with the black women comment or whatever. That's where you feel important. That's where you feel, I guess, needed or something, or on a higher level because black men are interested in you or something. I don't know, but you have some internal things that you really need to work out on your own. Okay, so if you take a step back from this show, go ahead. You came to the front. You didn't even want to mention the show's name. Okay, so it is giving a piece of hypocrite for me. Okay, and I added you on Instagram and I asked you, so do you want to be a part of the show? Because you weren't too happy earlier on, but next thing you know, we see that you're going to go on a live with with Sadé. So you didn't want to be affiliated with the show, right? I don't want to say the show's name or anything, but you tried to hurry up and get in front of things before the show came out. Once the video dropped, Kania gave comments. You dropped down in the comments to respond to her. It doesn't seem like a person that wants to be disassociated from the show. It is giving a person that wants the clout that they say Sharelle does, and I'm just being very honest here, okay? In addition to that, what else was it? Yeah, you just went and did this. You went and did this live with Sadé, and you're continuing to talk about the show. So, and then you're asking questions on your page, asking the fans questions about the show. You're talking about how you want to have your own show and center it around your friends or whatever the case is. I, in my opinion, don't think that you are important enough for that show to really hit. So they will have to have heavier hitters on the show beyond you in order for it to last. And this is not me taking a dig. This is me just being honest, okay? Or even for the show to work, okay? Your privilege may be enough for it to last because God knows they keep those type of shows in rotation, even though they're so unentertaining, okay? That may be enough for it to last, but you won't be the draw-in, is what I'm saying, okay? So I just found that to be interesting, and I need you to pick one. Do you want to be a part of the show? Should it get another season? As you were asking your fans, do they want another season? Miss, I don't want to be associated with the show, and constantly mentioning that you were over in Paris as if these ladies don't have access to go to Paris themselves. But you have internal rooted issues that you need to go work out with a therapist that nobody else can help you with. And I feel like it's beyond black and white. It's beyond black women, this, whatever, black culture, whatever, culture vulture, what girl knows. She got some her own. It's something going on within her. It's something that she did not receive when she was younger, as a lot of people do. As they go on, they hold on to some feelings and stuff, hold on to that trauma and just navigate life. You need to go and release that. Okay. And another reason why I say that, and it's no dig at you because a lot of people have done this, but it's just me being honest. So much so that you fathered a child with a man that sat up there, degraded you, made you feel like you weren't worthy of anything, downplayed your career. You go over there, fuck on him, get pregnant again by this nigga, and then he lets you know that he's still the same man that has yet to change. But you think that you are the prize because you're of whatever descent that you are, when the whole time you're getting treated worse than some of the black women would. I cannot. We're going to have to get you. We need you to figure this out. Okay. So again, whenever, just like I think it was Porsha or maybe it was Alexis that said it, whenever you want to go like this with your finger, understand that you have a few more that are pointing at you. So there are things that you definitely need to work on, even if I feel like you were not completely at fault for the fight. And even if I feel like the ladies were not fully understanding you just a bit in that moment, okay, because you were not properly communicating the two different issues that you had. Okay, so figure that out, honey. All right, let us keep going. Okay. Anywho, so Sharelle asks Jules, why is she so defensive when she's talking to Ashley? And Jules says, because I'm tired of these hoes coming at me. Okay, I'm tired of them coming after me. Baby, you're unhinged. Just a piece, okay? The door. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by, okay? And we will be sending you something in the mail for you to drop that check. You don't get to come into this woman's event, disturb the event, show your ass. And you can blame Sharelle for that, Sharelle. So you should have picked up 2 extra pieces for the drama that you started. You should have bought a whole 2 more outfits for the drama that you started, okay? And then we're going to need y'all to send that bill over there to Jules so that she can pay for the piece of this event. Period. Okay. So that's just my thoughts on that. All right. Now let me tell y'all what I love. I love me some Porsha. Okay. I like Porsha. It's a lot of ladies on this show that I just like. You know what I'm saying? I I like the cast, guys. I'm sorry. I like them all. Okay. Some of them may be a little shaky at times, but I like this cast for the most part. Porsha, baby, you are gorgeous. You are a fly fashion pregnant woman. I am so here for it. I feel a way that you're not rocking more of your fashions as a bad bitch, good mom. You really should have came up with some type of maternity line, not sure, of some fashions for real, because the girls want to look good when they pregnant, okay? Even when our nose is spread and our necks get thick. Hello? And the chin too. Like, girl, come on. You looked beautiful. And I could connect with you like I could connect with Alexis. Like, you said that, I'm not saying that Jules is solely to blame for this, but what I am saying is that she's not blameless. 1000%. Everybody else is coming at her like she's solely to blame, and she's not. And that was a bit irritating because we did not see the other side of them being able to address Kania. Right? Because she's not an active participant on this show. So if they were going to get in her SHI for how she's showing up and making, herself look as a real estate agent, we didn't see that. We got to see MJ when they talked to her because, of course, MJ is on the show. So it did look a bit one-sided when they were talking to Jules and everything wasn't on Jules. You know what I'm saying? To me. But anywho, there's that. So let's keep going. So Jules, all right, Jules goes and she meets with the ladies. She meets with Alexis, and Alexis tell her that she was in unnecessary bullshit. Okay, the other day she was on unnecessary bullshit, and Jules starts off saying that she was lagged and hung over. Okay, Jules says that she was lagged and she was jet lagged and hung over. See, this is another thing for me, Jules, why I have to ask, are you a people pleaser or are you a clout chaser? And I say this because, or do you have something else going on with you? Because you often don't follow your best interest, okay? You just don't, okay? What's best for you, you often go against that. And I should have known that the way that you went and laid down with that baby daddy and got pregnant, okay? Even though he about got you pregnant and did that on purpose, which is crazy, knowing he didn't want any more kids anyway, okay? You don't follow your right mind, in my opinion, okay? Went and laid down with this man that you don't know what you want to do with, okay? Because he don't want no more kids, but you do. Whatever the case, I'm going to keep bringing that up. Just a little piece. Let me let it go. Also, you showed up to the event when you showed up to dinner when you supposedly had an abortion that day, still not moving in your better judgment. Then you're jet lagged and then you're hungover, and you decided to go to a charity event when you're jet lagged and hungover. Go home. Where's your daughter? Go home and lay down with your kid. Go home and go to sleep. Okay? Go home and do that. You often operate against your better judgment, and it's crazy. Okay? So anywho, so she says that she told Sharelle that she didn't like how she handled the situation at Victory, and Alexis tells her, but you can't be fighting. And it's like, okay, y'all are talking two different things. Okay? She's not blaming Sharelle for her fighting, Alexis. She's blaming Sharelle for bringing up her abortion. You are focused on the fighting and y'all are not listening, okay? Either that or the editing is poor. You keep saying, but you can't keep fighting. I don't really think she's using her abortion as an excuse to fight somebody, because when she went to the table, she wasn't even on that type of energy until the girl put her hand in her face. Jesus. But I'm so glad that you guys saw the full episode and now you're shifting your perspective on what it was. Okay. So anywho, Jules says that she knows that, and she says, girl, I haven't fought since high school. Correct. A lot of people haven't fought since high school. So like the way that they were talking, for me, Alexis, it made it seem like this lady fight all the time. Like, no, she may say shit on social media or whatever, but it don't mean that she fights all the damn time. Like how y'all coming at her, it's just not making sense to me fully, okay? So Alexis tells her they were at a black establishment and she has to know how to respect that space, okay? And I'm like, I'm sorry, you're talking to her like she was the only one fighting. So the black girl that was there that was fighting with her and doing the absolute most as well. So is she not supposed to respect the black space as well? That's not really making sense. While y'all continue to allow her to be in black spaces. Okay, girl. It is that you are coming off like she started all of this, okay? So Alexis says that she doesn't think Jules was thinking about anybody at that time. In my personal, I don't think Jules should have been thinking about any of you hoes at that time. Honestly, I think she should have been thinking about her fucking kid. You should be thinking about your child. You shouldn't want to put yourself in a situation to where if the cops came, you were arrested overnight and couldn't be with your child. Okay, but you never seem, I'm not going to say you never seem to think about your child, but BITCH, listen, if I just sat up here and had an abortion, okay, and I know I wanted another child and he didn't, girl, I'm finna go lay up and be with the child that I do have and be grateful for the child that I got, okay? But everybody's different. In addition to that, if I done got hungover and I'm a little jet lag and you didn't even give hungover to me in my personal, it wasn't giving really hungover, but I guess I'm still going home where my kid probably at. I could argue with these women another day. So for her to try to say something on a video, we're going to get into other videos and stuff, but for her to try to say something like, oh, I didn't even know that it was her event. I didn't even know that it was Ashley's event. I just knew I was going to a charity event. Girl, you know that you're filming this show. You know that you're filming this show and production probably told you to go to a charity event and you knew that you were likely going to be running into the very women that you felt did not check up on you. And put you so high and mighty and made you feel like, oh my God, are you okay? What happened? Whatever it was, you knew that. So don't play in the people's face, girl. Okay. So Alexis keeps talking about how, about what she would have done and what Jules should have done better. Right. So Jules says, girl, if somebody's disrespecting me, I'm taking it there. Now, granted, I don't fault her for this. Not too many people are going to operate in the same space as, they're going to operate any differently than what Jules did. And it doesn't even have to be about what you said about black women. It could be you sitting at a table and a person talking about some stuff you said on a damn, on a social media about Trump, okay? And you could be over there and saying something about anything about their friend. I don't like what you said about my friend. I don't like that you was over there giving googly eyes to my friends. Man, we've seen it on so many different shows. So it could have been for less. It didn't even have to be about, the whole racist thing. It could have just been whatever she said. Okay. And I don't, some people are going to say it's racist, whatever y'all want to say, culture vulture, whatever. Okay. But it could have been something completely different. And when you're trying to defend yourself or go back and forth with somebody, whatever, the conversations get heated, they put their hand in your face, it's going to go left. Okay. Not too many women. So I don't disagree with Jules, because plenty of you guys watching this video right now are not going to take no disrespect of a person putting a hand in your face, period. Okay. Like, we could take it there, but then some of us are going to have enough control over ourselves, which in my opinion, Jules does not fully have yet, where we're going to be like, I'm good. Like, let me go ahead and go. Okay. Let me walk away, because what are we taught when we're kids? Walk away first. Okay. Walk away and go tell the teacher. Walk away and let the teacher know what's happening. Now they try to tear that ass up, okay? So when the teacher sees it, they know exactly why you did it, because you told them at least once or twice. Third time, you had to get in that ass, okay? So there's that. Now, let's keep going. So she said she had a termination that day, and she was dealing with a lot, and maybe she shouldn't have come. No, you should not. You should not have come, okay? And I don't think that she's using that as an excuse for why she fought. I think she was just using that to express the type of mood that she was in. She already wasn't in a good mood to come to that event. Then for Sharelle to say what she said, then to get attacked when she get to the table, she's on the defense. But I don't think she was using that as an excuse, really, because they're two separate things. But, leave your thoughts below. I still feel like she could have just backed away. Like, girl, I'm finna go. I don't even know you. And that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I don't even know you. Who am I to defend anything that I said online with you, bitch? I don't even know you. Okay. And whatever I said was over 5 years ago. Like, if these ladies over here that I'm actually working with, dealing with, have forgiven me and I've moved on, who are you for me to address? I'm good. I'm good, baby. I'm good. And whatever the conversation we're having right now, it's not finna stop a single bag, as it has not stopped mine before. I'm finna go. Like, I'm not finna, girl, this is kiddie games. And she should have saw that from the moment the girl was struggling to get her words out. So I'm good, love. You're not ready for this type of, like, we good. But anywho, I do think that Jules could have accepted her part for overstaying her welcome at a table instead of just getting up and leaving. Okay. But I think that was pretty much it. Okay. I just feel like y'all continue to put her in spaces with black people. Okay. And, knowing her history or whatever. And when she decides to defend herself or whatever the case is, y'all get mad about it. Okay. That's just what it is. Now, it also depends on how the conversation would have been brought to Jules. Now, if the conversation would have been brought to Jules in a better way and she just started snapping off, then I would have saw her as the problem. But that's not quite what happened, okay? It came at her left field and she's like, what the hell? And I don't even know this girl. Like, what's going on, right? So yeah, I just don't understand how y'all keep bringing her around these spaces, knowing her history, whether it included her fight or not, and she tried to defend herself. Y'all would say that she was wrong or it's a problem. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe stop bringing her around. Okay, maybe they need to take her off this show or something like that. Maybe she needs to learn something else from this. I don't know, because that is another factor too. Although they keep allowing her in the space, I do think that she should know at some point how to operate in that space that you want to be around so bad and that you want to profit from so bad. You also should know how to move. But in that situation, I have not seen, and you guys send it to me, I haven't really seen anything that Jules has said beyond what was said in 2019. The whole racial things that she said 2019, okay? And we are now in 2025. All right. But this is a part of the reputation that precedes you, because have you done any efforts or have you done anything to showcase that you are so now far removed and regretful from the things that you've said in the past? OK, so if not, then you might continue to see more people try to front you about the shit that you said. And if that's the case, then you're going to have to know how to moonwalk out of those situations. Either way, honey, I could care less. I do feel like it doesn't affect me one way or the other because I'm not in that circle. I'm just reviewing the show. Yeah, that's all that I can say. If people are continuing to put her in those spaces, then don't be surprised when she start operating and trying to act like y'all, even though she doesn't have the right to act like y'all. Yikey dikey. Good luck. All right. Now, I do want to hop over and I want us to get into what Sharelle had to say about stoning, what she had to say about the Jules situation and her having a quote unquote abortion. And then I also want us to check out clips from the live that Sadé and Jules did together. So let us go ahead and do just that. Okay.
I'm sitting here enjoying my beautiful vacation, and Neighborhood Talk just posted Stony saying that Sharelle set Jules up, which is crazy. When Keneal was there talking shit about me as well, so how I'm bringing somebody to a place they talking about me, but they had issues. The reason why Keneal came for Jules was because Jules ass came up to her before we started filming, and she was like, what are you, extra? Like she was entitled. So please, Stoney, stop with the lies. You know damn well I didn't set Jules' ass up. She set her own self up by walking her ass over there to that table. So please stop. And then to lie and say you were filming during the death of your mom, Stoney, please stop. Your mom passed away after we finished filming it. I was the first one who sent you flowers and reached out. So y'all taking this narrative too far. Lying, putting lies, please stop it. Because you know the truth. But I'm about to finish enjoying my beautiful vacation. I had to clear that shit up. I don't say anybody here. Stay away from the drama.
All right, let's get into some of the comments. Somebody says, I'm actually disappointed in this series. The pettiness, mean girl actions of grown, beautiful women. Shaking my head is sad and distasteful. I guess that's what sells. I am a bit disappointed as well in the mean girl antics, not so much as the series, as I did enjoy the series, and not so much as the pettiness, because that is what comes along with these shows when you're watching these women. And I better not see nobody like this commenting under Real Housewives of Atlanta when it returns, because that's going to be a whole bunch of pettiness. So don't be over there getting entertained and getting your life, but then sitting up there, oh, I'm disappointed in the mean girl actions. I guess that's what sells. Yeah, because that's what you guys watch. Okay. That's one. Let's keep going. Let's see. Someone else says, love, for real, but please tone your boss SAS. I don't know what that is. Per you down. Too beautiful to be a mean girl. Always low key talking down on certain women. I do agree. Let your light shine the right way, Sharelle. Remember your humble beginnings. Okay. definitely believe that. I feel like as the series progressed, I think that Sharelle did as well. And, we'll be covering that episode by episode. I believe we have 2 more left. But let's get into more to see what Sharelle had to say. And this is about Jules.
Kill the whole victim narrative. And the whole thing with the other girl, I mean, if you pay attention, if you just took a abortion pill that day, if you do your research, you're supposed to be on bed rest. That's all I'm saying. So I question it.
So she says she questions it. Somebody in the comments says, I had an abortion. You do not got to be on bed rest. Oh, really? Is that true? Somebody says, yeah. Someone says, I don't know about the pill, so that may hurt. Yikes. Everyone is different. Never took the pill. I have the procedure, and you are out of it when you wake up to the point you can't even walk alone. For the next few days, you're on medication, and you should be on bed rest on top of antibiotics. Not saying that she didn't have one. I felt like Sharelle side eyes everybody for some odd reason. This is very true. I think that Sharelle does side eye everybody. She does, okay? You must have got it vacuumed out because taking the pill is inducing labor, aka a miscarriage, and that SHI is painful. When you put it like that, that do sound okay. Ooh, child, that do sound bedridden, child. If you're inducing labor, that hurt. Okay, girl, I had an abortion. It was out drinking the same day. Oh, Jesus. What y'all got going? What kind of pill y'all have? Is it more than one pill? Okay. Somebody says, OMG, you bold. I had the procedure and I didn't want to do anything to suck. I didn't want to do anything too. Sucked in my sorrows and didn't do anything close to 1 or 2 months. And that's the type of mind state that I would have expected Jules to have. But as you can see, some people are different. This young lady said she went out drinking the same damn day because she didn't give a damn and she was glad. Okay, I guess the people that was sad about it were the ones that was in the house. Okay, not so happy because they didn't really want to have the abortion but needed to. And that's the energy Jules was giving, right? She didn't want to, but she had to. And I would have expected her to be in the house. That's just my thoughts. But let us hop over. And I want to get into, yes, Jules as well as Sadé. And it looks like they are talking about who is, I don't know if they're talking about who's fake or what, but let's see.
On the show, they said. Sharelle is so fake. She is so fake. Sharelle. She's the fakest on the show.
Don't feed into that, Sadé. Don't feed into that.
I'm sorry. I mean, for her to sit there and say that I said something to old girl before we started filming when A, she wasn't there, B, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
I can believe that now. I can believe that. I can believe that Sharelle took whatever that girl said to her as face value. That girl, I feel like she got it from that girl that, oh, she said this or that to me before we started, and that's why I got on to her. Okay? I could believe that. Because I feel like Sharelle goes around and believes who she wants to believe about situations, okay? And that was a matter where she wanted to believe that young lady over Jules, okay? At the end of the day, I don't care anything about what was said beforehand as far as you being an extra, because in all honesty, baby girl, you were. You were not main cast. It's giving extra a piece, okay? So that's one. And then 2, you still brought her over there about an issue that had nothing to do with her calling you a damn extra. You start calling her a white bitch all because of what was said a long time ago on social media. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have fronted her and asked her, okay? That's not what I'm saying. Ask her about it. It was about how you were not ready to have the conversation, let somebody else set up the tone, and then get mad when she gives you pushback. Because you weren't ready for it. A mess.
And see, she lied about not knowing the girl. Like, you just, I just can't with her at her big age. Okay. The one thing that happened after that scene was Sharelle had mixed stories when we were there, and I finally got my hair out of the girls' hands and started swinging, and they broke us up, and I got mad. So I was telling them to not break us up and let her come stand toe to toe with me and not on top of a couch pulling my hair, which is where the comment came in about my hair, and it was chopped and screwed, and we'll get into that on my Snapchat. But when that happened, And I was like, who is this bitch? Where did she come from, etc. Sharelle acted like she had no clue. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know why she's here. The last thing I heard about her, she was talking shit about me and she don't work with me anymore. And I don't even know why she's.
I feel like Sharelle wasn't really lying. Well, I'll say this. I feel like Sharelle wasn't really lying when she said that. The part I would feel like Sharelle was lying about was when she said the girl no longer works for her. Okay. I feel like in that moment, I think she did work for Sharelle, honestly. But I think everything else Sharelle said, I don't think Sharelle was lying for real. Okay.
She's here. But it came out in the comments of a blog yesterday or the other day that they actually had an hour-long conversation the evening before Sharelle comforted me
Oh
and
yeah,
told
she
me,
did.
to make my decision about whether or not I want to come to work. And so she was very aware that she was there. And not only was she aware that she was there, she had no issues with her because right after the fight,
She liked the post.
I saw, because somebody who was also on set and there and present, not because I'm a psycho sitting here. I didn't even know what the girl's name was, let alone what her Instagram was.
Okay, because I just ate you up about that in the review, so that's good to know. So production was being messy as hell. Okay. So then production must have sent her ass over there to you too to ask that question to get some things started. Ooh, girl, it was a setup, but it wasn't by Sharelle, honey. Place the blame where it's supposed to
I
go.
was sent her Instagram post to find that Sharelle liked and commented fire emojis on the post after telling me she don't know her and she don't rock with her. So at that point, the only apology that I got was from Sharelle saying I was drunk, even though she doesn't mention this to the girls in the next scene when she's talking about it and she's trying to gaslight me, make me seem like I'm a crazy high school girl because I'm checking her about what she did on Instagram. She, and I have the receipts, wrote me saying, I'm sorry, I was drunk. Like I made that comment because I was drunk. You made the comment because you were drunk. You asked me about wanting to have kids because you forgot. Maybe you need to do some brain exercises or something. Like, I don't know what you have going on,
Brain exercises.
but
I think y'all both need
something's
to.
just not adding up there. Who's the face?
So let me say this. Somebody put in the comments, they said Jules has some deep-rooted insecurities with black women and she needs help. Listen, I think Jules has deep-rooted issues within herself. I do. I don't even know if it's black women. I think it's just deep rooted within herself. And I think that she needs to work on that. But in this moment, the way that she's talking and giving tea about Sharelle, I don't think she fully lying. But I also feel like Sharelle had a piece of truth in there too. Okay. But let us keep going, honey.
Or whatever her name is. I don't give a fuck about her. What I'm saying is I was more mad about the producers I have been working on set with day in, day out, who have been there, who I thought cared about me, the friends who have been there day in and day out, who I thought cared about me. And once I realized that it was a setup, I was kind of like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'll slap every last person on this set.
No, you won't. That's first. Second, this is what's interesting with reality TV. Sadé is so cute. What's interesting is that a lot of you guys mistake these producers for being your friends. And their job, their number one job, the thing that pays them, because being your friend does not, they have a job to do at the end of the day. At the end of the day, they have a job to do. And you guys will always be wrong for befriending producers and assuming that they are supposed to have your best interest at heart and they're supposed to make you look good on camera. No, you have to make yourself look good on camera, like Alexis, meaning handling situations the best that you can, even when you know producers want a moment. Their job is to make this show look good. Okay? So that's where you guys mess up every single time. And you're talking about you going to slap everybody out. Girl, go away from us with this. I don't believe you. Okay? But you got played, and you got played by the producers. So with you learning and understanding this, some part of me is a little confused as to how you put so much on Sharelle when the producers were the ones that fully, wholeheartedly, in my opinion, set you up.
Because you guys all just set me up. And so I was like, oh yeah, I definitely just made some enemies at Netflix and the production company. Like, they're going to make me look crazy.
Okay. Where's the judges, how they have like the gaveling? Okay.
So to answer that question in the shortest form, I am happy with how I was portrayed because they just showed the truth and trying to make the cast.
No, you're happy with how you were portrayed because you have different black women like myself and others that see your point of view and actually not fully blaming you for everything. You thought that you were going to get a lot of backlash based on things that you've said in the past, and you actually got mixed reviews. You got some people that's not fucking with you and feel the same way as Kania, and then you have individuals like myself that see both sides, and I'm not going to fully put everything on you, even based on the things that you've said in the past, because I'm not fully mad. These black people give you a space to operate in their spaces, understanding and knowing who and how you are. So who the fuck am I to be totally upset with all of it? That's on them. Okay. Okay, y'all put these people in positions that they'd be upset with how they react. I hate it for you, but I will say this. Yeah, that's the reason why you like it, because you made sure to come to us earlier on. I believe it was in December, letting us know the show is coming. Okay, how you don't even want to say the show's name, trying to disassociate yourself from the show because you thought you were going to get a bad edit, just as you said. And now you have some people that's on your side, and you want to change the narrative. So basically, you're confirming the question that I added you and asked you about, which was whether you wanted to continue to do the show, and it appears to me that you do. But let's keep going.
The main cast members who actually got casted for the show. Okay. They were trying to make the cast members say comments to me prior to us filming the actual show on the pilot.
Yeah.
And that's the scene where they cut to. That's a year prior in 2023.
In the white.
When I'm in the white and wearing the braids.
Yes,
and
I believe it.
Sharelle says, Jules, I like your braids. Sharelle didn't even want to deliver that line. None of the girls in that scene wanted to even have that conversation because, as Porsha said, she used to get shit herself for wearing braids, and none of them gave a fuck about how I was wearing my hair in this year of
Porsha was black,
2024 or whenever that was being filmed. They're like, we don't really care if Jules is wearing her hair and braids. They're like, we need this show we need some kind of tension in this scene, and we need to address the comments or the elephant in the room. So even if you guys don't have a problem, can you bring it up? And that's why it was so awkward in that flashback, because Sharelle was like, oh, I like your braids. And I'm like, thanks, just got them done.
Yeah.
And they were like trying to get Porsha to say something that would piss me off. And I was just like, oh yeah, like I'm fine to talk about any misconceptions, because like honestly, fuck Kania or whatever her name is. I don't give a fuck about her. What I'm saying is I was more mad about the producers I have been working on set with.
So I don't know. I didn't, when they brought that scene up about her wearing the braids, I kind of didn't even care either, y'all. I kind of didn't care about her wearing the braids. I mean, hell, you got some white folks out here that got dreads in their damn head. Like, girl, okay, if you could get your hair matted up enough to put dreads in, then who the fuck am I? Like, okay. But y'all leave y'all thoughts about that below. Let us go ahead and keep going to more.
With Ashley and the way that she followed Sharelle.
Like, I ain't got no water left. I was trying to drink some water.
I gotta refresh. I missed that. What was said?
Guys, disappointed with Ashley and the way that she followed Sharelle.
Like, I ain't got no water left. I was trying to drink some water.
She did kind of follow Sharelle a bit. She
I can answer that question.
Did. Please do.
I think that I didn't think that was how the edit or the show was going to be portrayed. I would say that personally for me, I was a little disappointed just because I've known her for a really long time, and I thought she was really nice this entire time that I've known her. But it was and that brunch scene specifically is what kind of put like a sour taste in my mouth, because literally right before that, before I even got outside, I was talking to her, and we were in the house, and we were talking to like these people. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but I don't care. But it was very much like, oh, my sis. And, it was like, hey, girl, but then we
you sound just like her.
Oh, yeah. Get to the table, and it was very much like, let's start an issue, like, or like, let's bring something up that's not your business just to get a reaction out of me, So that was like the first thing that I was kind of like, dang, like, I thought we were cool. Like, I didn't know that you were like plotting to like feed a line like to me, And then after that, I just kind of like, I don't have no issue with her. Like, she's fine in my book, but it's just like, even when we were at glamping, it's like, why are we still bringing up the same thing? Like, to me, it kind of just
So if Ashley reaches out to you to hang out tomorrow, are you hanging out with her?
No, I got stuff to do tomorrow. But okay. It's not even like that, because I don't want a narrative of like, I don't like them and they don't like me. I feel like we can all mutually exist, but I'm not gonna like go out my way to like go hang out with you and do X, Y, and Z, just because I don't like to surround myself around people that I'm not like, and I don't feel like that's my cup of tea anymore. I feel like probably beforehand, yeah, but I just didn't really like a lot of the things that was happening during filming, without saying too much, because I don't want to say nothing too much. So yeah.
Not saying something, it's saying a lot.
Yeah. I was disappointed because I think she's a beautiful woman on the
Very
outside.
She
I think
is.
that she's a beautiful woman. She has a beautiful family. I honestly love her outfits. I think she dresses really great. Like prior to the filming of the show, past a certain point, and the watch back of the show,
Mm-hmm.
I had high hopes for Ashley. And it was really, really disappointing to watch the show back and see certain moments like where with the Kanye situation, I'm confiding because you're asking me questions, acting as though you care why I seem concerned with a text message that just came into my phone. If you didn't truly care, don't ask me. And I won't tell you so that you could then go 2 seconds later, turn around and try to have a conversation with Alexis about how you don't believe what I said. That's
Right.
some fake ass shit. I don't move like that. And I don't rock with anybody that moves like that. So I think like the whole thing was very like the whole time she was very like uh you know playing cool in people's face, and then like as soon as that person wasn't around she had negative things to say about people, and so I really don't like that. I think it's very mean girl energy and birds of a feather.
okay.
Were you guys disappointed with
Interesting. Birds of listen, I don't fully agree. Like when Jules was trying to explain things to Ashley in that particular scene, Ashley was like, "Well, I don't think that Kanye would do this or that or da da da." And it's like, how you don't like how you never work with him. And then Jules says, "I mean, I've seen him do it. Like get other people to make posts. So I don't think that Kanye would just let somebody else make that post and not him." Basically insinuating, no girl, you got fired by Kanye. It wasn't nobody else. And Jules is like, I see him do it. Like, why are you not listening to the text message that she just read that somebody else is making decisions on his behalf without approval? Granted, he may approve it, but then also somebody else has been running shit for him in the past. Like, yeah, just go ahead and take care of that. So, I do understand a bit of what Jules was talking about. I do feel like Ashley was up the butt of Sharelle just a bit much. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't give much neutralities like Miss Porsha did, even though Sharelle was labeling Porsha as her bestie or whatever the case was. I like that. Okay, I do like that. I see somebody in the comments ask whatever happened to Darnell from original Wags. They loved her personality. I don't know what happened, but those girls used to be close. I thought they even had a podcast together. I don't know what happened, but when I tell you Darnell was so gorgeous to me, like, it still is, like, just a beautiful girl, I don't know why she wasn't a part of Wags. I have the slightest, but this is Darnell. Don't know if you guys remember Mr. Darnell. Let me tell y'all something. Darnell lost so much weight, y'all. Darnell used to be thickety thick, Nickelodeon, okay? And Miss Ma'am lost a lot of weight, and she looks absolutely gorgeous. But her and Ashley used to be so click tight, and I don't know what happened with that fallout, okay? I wonder if Ashley was possibly not as supportive of her or didn't show up for her as much, or if it was the other way around. I would love to explore the breakdown of that friendship. But either way, girl, that's that. Okay, that's all that I have for you guys at this time. I hope you enjoyed this review on Wags. We'll be back for more. Be sure to like up the video, comment, subscribe, all of that. I'm Jami, that's me, and y'all know, okay, y'all know that your girl will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can